welcome to Movie Scouts 007's Keyboard Road Warrior series, where we play Euro Truck Simulator 2 with a laptop and its keyboard, just to prove that you can drive without a steering wheel and pedals and a high-end PC. No, that's not where we want to be, but there we go. Anyway, so we leveled up at the end of the last video. We are level 17, which means we have a skill point to apply, so let's quickly do that. We are going to apply it to high value cargo because we want that moolah. So let's oh sorry, I should point out, should say what that does for us. Level 3 is an extra 5% increase for high value deliveries, so we now have a total of 15% bonus for high value cargo. So that's what that does for us. Let's quickly check out the upgrades that are made available to us for our little truck. So nothing exciting. Some grills for you to, some bull bars and a couple of steps. One for the new FH, one for the classic. It's, ooh, Scania gets a 520 bhp engine. Man gets naffle. Mind you, actually I say that, but Volvo really doesn't get it. Just 2 items per vehicle. There's only one DAF, so 1 item. Yeah, it's all not very exciting. So we've got £36,892. Probably going to have 40,000, so we'll be halfway to our 6th truck in our fleet. Let's go find somewhere to repair, to sleep and recuperate. Actually, let's go back. Let's go to new upgrades and set GPS, and what that should do for us is take us to Birmingham, which indeed it does. So, engine on, brake off. And let's exit. Oh, no. I want to be right over, because that's where the exit is. So, let's head into the city centre. Birmingham. Let's go to Birmingham. They don't all talk like that in Birmingham, but a lot of people do. It's an amazing accent. Oh, I don't particularly like it, actually. I don't think I would have pulled my wife if I'd had that accent. Mind you, if I had the accent of my city of birth, Liverpool, don't think I would have pulled her either. Don't think she'd have been terribly excited listening to a bloke that talk like that all the time. She doesn't think it's a particularly attractive accent, and it actually sounds... Oh, did we make it? Yes. Oh, no we didn't. Gosh. Ugh. Alright, actually let's do Birmingham is nice and big, actually, which is a positive reflection of how huge Birmingham is as a city. So let's... Oh, Christ. Okay. I didn't brake for swiftly enough. I have spent a lot of money on fines in just 1 minute. Alright, I'm about to... That's a man dealership in Birmingham. And we will go through and get the recruitment agency. And then we will go and find... there's the recruitment agent on the left, and then we will go and find the. See, that's where the great garage I can buy is in Birmingham. And we are going to stay on the right hand. Oh yeah. Right hand lane, but whoa, he's turning. No, is he not turning? What's he doing? What? What? See, why? Doesn't make any sense. Mind you, a lot of drivers don't make any sense on the road. Come on. So we're going straight across here, and then we're going to take a left into the and then we're going to take a left here. Oh, sorry, right. He stops in the middle of every... Oh no, wrong side of the road. I do not know how the heck I got away with that. Right, let's fix the truck. It's going to be in the thousands, I would have thought. Nearly 2,000, £1,838. That's what happens when you run into the barriers. Right, let's go get some rest and recuperate. It's an R&R, rest and recuperation. Engine off. Oh, I should have had the parking brake on there. Let's have another rest. And one more. 4 AM. Oh well. Right, let's get a job. Let's get a job. So we are in Broom. Karlstadt. No, we were in Karlstadt earlier. Kassel. Yeah. I wonder if I can do the run from Birmingham to Kassel in under 2.8 parsecs. Nerdy joke. Yeah, let's go there. Let's get a screenshot of it so that I can produce that little graphic that I like so much. Right, let's go and pick up our load. Engine on, parking brake off. Let's rock and roll. And green light, thank you. Thank you for the green light. Straight across, but not in front of traffic. I don't think there's anything coming. And there wasn't. I couldn't really see, to be honest. Oh, sodding Nora. I have spent £600 in fines. This is not clever. I think it's possibly because I'm unleashed from a trailer, which means that I'm accelerating, and unfortunately the braking isn't nearly as good as acceleration on these things. So while it might accelerate like a demon, it slows like a sailing ship. Right, so it's a short little container unit to Kassel in Deutschland. And let's go pick our load up. Okay. I think we've passed it. Oh, there it is. I can see it hiding. There's our... Alright, let's pick up our load. Oh. Hopefully that should do it. Right, and let's rock. Okay, what am I doing wrong? Oh, what the hell? I wasn't looking ahead. I was far too busy trying to see what was hooking up my load. Right, hang on. Good. Well, that's an excellent way to start the journey. Crash into a container unit. Right. I can't see a damn thing. I've got no idea if anything's coming. Alright, okay, let's go. So, I seem to remember in the last video we were talking about what it's like, the differences between New Zealand and knowing what a country's really like by living there. And so we talked about television, and we talked about the news, and we talked about newspapers, and then I got on some ridiculous side story about commuting in London, which has got nothing at all whatsoever to do with. I thought I'd clattered the lorry beside me there, but I haven't. Nothing whatsoever at all to do with learning about a country based on based on living there rather than visiting. They like beer and they love wine, but they love wine as a sort of a part of their GDP. They've got a very interesting approach to dealing with that. For a small country with a small number of people, they've got a large number of brewers. I think there are as many brewers. There are more brewers. There are more nationwide brewers in New Zealand than there are in the UK. There are lots of little boutique brewers in the UK. Excuse me, but there are only a handful of breweries in the UK that are worldwide. Even some of the bigger ones like Bass aren't available in all areas. In New Zealand they have Monteiths, they have Max, they have Steinlager, they have oh crikey, there's one I can't remember. They have Spates. These are nationwide breweries supplying at least one establishment in every town and city in New Zealand. I don't want another speeding fine. I spotted the speed camera. I didn't see the notice, but I spotted the speed camera. They love their booze. They really like their booze. Okay, I shouldn't be in this lane, but it's all good. And still shouldn't be in this lane. But I am peeling off here. They've got a tremendous amount of expertise in wine. Marlborough provides 75% of New Zealand's Cabernet Sauvignon, and actually most of that is for export. They export quite a bit. They've got a tremendous variety of climate and soil, which makes it good for which makes it ideal for wine growing. It's quite funny. We've done quite a few wine tours. We've done quite a few tastings, and it's been interesting to listen to the people in the cellar doors. They call them cellar doors for some reason. I don't understand, but it's been quite interesting listening to them talk about wine. And one of the most interesting things I heard was an Irish immigrant called Hunter started a vineyard in Marlborough, near Blenheim, and they started their vineyard and they won a few awards. His wine was recognised internationally. He was one of the first to win a wine award in London. I think it was the first New Zealand wine to win a wine award in London. And then, just as things were starting to go well, he died in a traffic accident, and his wife took over. They're still amazingly successful as a vineyard. They export to the UK, but the person manning the cellar door on that day was saying that one of the things that struck them most when they first started was how antagonistic New Zealanders, particularly the farming community, were to wine growing. Marlborough, which is now almost exclusively wine growing country, was orchards. They used to make cider. They don't really make cider very much anymore. Let's get some petrol. Let's pull a last minute swerve. Rica Suave swerve. That dates me. That reference dates me. Alright, engine off, handbrake on. Petrol in the tank. So that's interesting. That's seems to me a very masculine point of view. I think it was considered they were growing a woman's drink in a man's country. So we put 1,028 pounds in. We put 808.18 litres in with a diesel price of £1.27. Alright, engine on, handbrake, parking brake off. Let's get back on the road. So yeah, we're down to just over £37,000. So I reckon that 2 more journeys and we should have enough for our 6th lorry. And a lot of you might be wondering why on earth I spent all that money when I can't put a lorry in. If I didn't spend it on the garage, what would I spend it on? So yeah, I'm going to put the 3 lorries in, then I'm going to put £80,000 together for a garage upgrade, and then I'll be able to put another 2 lorries in Berlin. It's probably going to take about 3 to 4 journeys per lorry, depending on how much I earn and depending on how much my other drivers earn. But this is the start of it. This is how you get the money. This is how you get yourself in a position to spend hundreds of thousands of pounds on fancy upgrades on your truck. Is by doing the hard work on your empire, by enjoying the game, by visiting the various cities. Now, I haven't only spent money on new lorries and garages. I've bought 3 engine upgrades. I've put some lights on because you have to have lights. So one of the things I would recommend is to get a huge bunch of lights to illuminate your way, because at night time it can be very difficult to see where you're going. And so yeah, oh no, I didn't want to do that, sorry. Oh, I haven't got my auxiliaries on. Oh, look at how much more illuminated we are. Still can't deal without the I can see where I'm going with those roof lights, but you won't be able to. On my private profile, I never use the high beams because it doesn't allow me to flash the lights, which I like to do. I like to flash at people that get in my way, beep them with the horn, and flash at them with my high beams to indicate my extreme displeasure at their poor standard of driving, or just being in my way. There are many other things. I've already talked at great length about how the Kiwis use language, which I wouldn't have discovered from a holiday. It would have just been one of those things that I ignore, because I hardly ever watch the television. When I go to a place, I don't watch the television, because you tend to you're out all day visiting sites, and then you come home and have a shower and get changed, and you go out and you get a nice dinner, and then you come home and you spark out, and then you wake up the next day and you get yourself girded. You gird your loins for another bout of charging around the countryside visiting sites. So there's really never any chance to watch much television. When we did we visited San Francisco before we came here. I think primarily because jet lag, and because we were spending the first couple of days with friends. We kind of slept in a lot more than we would have otherwise. So we were meeting up with them at 10 o'clock in the morning. Normally we would be leaving the house at leaving the hotel at 8:30, 9 o'clock to visit places. So we did kind of miss out on seeing a bunch of stuff in San Francisco. But I wouldn't give that up for a second, because I got to spend time with a very close friend that I love a great deal. While they were part of their tour through California. So they'd done, I think, San Diego, and then they came to San Francisco, and then they went to Las Vegas, and then they went up into wine country. So I got spent. We treated them to visit to Alcatraz, which was great fun. I got a fantastic photo of the two of me, my friend and I, in the exercise yard at Alcatraz, which is that famous sort of funny shaped, I don't know, trapezoid or something, that's got the very steep steps, and then you've got a little bit of exercise yard, which features, I can turn the main beams up so you can probably see that now, and then I can flash. I love doing that, flashing at people. Get out of my way. Don't you know this is my road? Alright, we're on to the A12, which means we're very close to Harwich, which is where we'll be taking our ferry to Rotterdam, I believe. And then once we're in Rotterdam, it's a short hop across the Netherlands, and then a slightly less short hop across Germany to Kassel. So yes, I am well aware that Kassel and Kessel are not the same pronunciation, but it was still funny. So stuff you. Like, I thought it was funny, and these are my videos. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you've clearly not watched Star Wars, or you only watched it once and it didn't impress you. So. Okay, there's a lot of slow-moving vehicles, which is interesting. Oh no, I think I've got another sneeze coming. Yeah. I do apologize. No, it's gone away. That's good. That's interesting. I'm tired. Yes, I didn't sleep very well on our holiday. We were staying in an absolutely gorgeous house on stilts right near an estuary that fed into the Bay of Islands in a place called Kerry Kerry. It's all one word, and it's Keri, Keri. Beautiful place. Slow down, I saw a speed camera. I don't know what the speed limit is. The bed was comfortable, but the pillows were appalling, and I can't sleep without a pillow, and I can't sleep with hard pillows. I have to have a pillow with a bit of heft and a bit of give. I think when we get back to the UK, I'm going to invest in those Posturepedic pillows, those memory foam pillows. I did used to be a major... I've turned my mirrors off. Oh. That's why I can't see anything. There we go, that's the mirror I wanted, so I can see what's going on behind me. I did used to be a major proponent of the feather pillow, but feather pillows have this. I was finding that they've got from the kick-off. They've got a funny smell to them. They've got to smell a bit like glue, and I've no idea why. And glue and dead animal. Well, the dead animal bits. Actually, no, it does make sense. Glue is made of. Yeah, anyway, let's not venture into what glue is made of, because it might turn your stomach, especially if you're eating while you're watching this video. But I've stayed at a few people's houses who had nice pillows that were microfiber and were anything. Oh crikey, this is going to hurt. Oh damn it. Good. No damage, that's a relief. But I can't really do any more to the cargo without risking it creeping into that 1%. But the memory foam ones sound fantastic. And I have a problem. I get a sore neck and I get mild headaches if there's any pressure to the base of the top of my spine, beneath my skull. There's a major artery goes through there. If blood flow gets cut, and my neck needs support. There's no getting around the fact that I've got a heavy head. Not, I would hasten to add, because I have a lot of brains, but because I've got a heavy head, and it needs some support, but that support can't be at the expense of a headache, which is what will happen. Right, I've got a right turn coming up here. I think I've got a right turn coming up for the docks, and I don't want to miss it because I don't want to have to. I think this is one of the reasons why I don't like. The reason I don't like driving in the UK is the speed cameras. They're horrifying. They're a little more brutal in the game than they are in real life. In the real life, they let you get away with about 10%. So if the speed limit is 50, they let you get away with 55. Right, so we didn't miss. Right, let's look at our possible destinations. Esbjerg? I don't think so. We're not going to Denmark. Yes. Europort. £768 to travel to Europort. So we're going to be driving on the right hand side of the road now, so remember to stay on the right hand side of the road, and the speed limit signs actually mean something to me now. One of the things I'm looking forward to with having a more powerful computer is having access to the trip computer that's in the dial. If you look at the speed limit, the speedo in the dashboard, in the center of the dashboard, you'll see either side of the speed the speed limit, the speed indicator, you'll see little trip computers. Now the left one is set for oil temperature and fuel, and that's very useful to me, and actually I can use that one because I can see that white bar. It's quite useful to me. The one on the right is set, is useless to me. I can't read it. Now what I want to be able to set it for is speed in miles per hour, so that when I'm in the UK I can use that one to tell me what speed I'm actually doing. I can't at the moment because the laptop won't let me up the graphics for the image. I can't, I daren't, because I don't want to crash. I don't want to crash the game. So I've got it set as low as possible. Not only do I not want to crash the game stutters enough. It's a low enough frame rate as it is without me making it worse. Oops. So I can't read the speedo. I can I can't read the trip computer on the right. The bar is quite useful, but on the left-hand side, because it's relative, I can see that when it's full. I can see when it's getting out. See, it stutters. That is something I can't help. This computer is what it is. I am just grateful it's running the game at all, quite frankly. That all things considered, I'm happy that it runs it at all. But I will be glad when I can actually read the. I've seen Twitch videos, Twitch streams of this very vehicle, where they are using the trip computer, and I'm so jealous. It's something I wish I could do that I can't. But such is life. So as is my wont, I am struggling to think of something to say. Oh yes, I was talking about New Zealand and how I'm discovering all the differences between New Zealand and the UK, not by having visited here, but by living here, and seeing those differences exposed. Driving is another big difference. I thought the standard of driving in the UK was pretty bad, and without meaning to be racist, a lot of people come over from other countries where there is a significantly poorer standard of driving, and expect to be able to drive that way, and you can't persuade them out of it. It's just one of those things. They've got used to a type of driving, and they've got into that habit of driving that way, and nothing can persuade them otherwise. It's sad. It's quite dangerous. It's very inconvenient, and it makes me quite angry. But the overall standard of driving in New Zealand is pretty dire compared to the UK. The immigrants to New Zealand from Southeast Asia carry with them the same poor standard of driving that the Asian and Indian and African and, frankly, Eastern European standard of driving. Oh God, French driving is appalling. The French are brilliant at making wine. They are fantastic at art house films. They are great at employment law. They used to be fantastic at conquering Europe, and they're brilliant at architecture. Some of their cities are amongst the most beautiful in the world, and they know how to eat and drink, but they do not know how to drive. With a few obvious exceptions, Monsieur Prost, Monsieur Loeb, Monsieur Augier, I would say Monsieur Grosjean, but Monsieur Grosjean has significant problems. And if you don't know what I'm talking about Formula 1 and rally drivers. Yeah, but the overall standard of driving in New Zealand is pretty appalling, and I think that might stem from the driving test. We have a relatively strict driving test in the UK. It's still I still have massive problems with it. The test, the instruction you get teaches you how. Oh crap! Wrong way. Teaches you how to pass the test. Doesn't teach you how to drive. Once you've passed the test, you get absolutely no instruction on how to drive in a motorway. Possibly one of the most stupid things that we do as a nation is not teach people how to use possibly the most dangerous place you can drive. I think it should be obligatory that once you pass your test, your street test, you should also be made to pass a test for driving on motorways. I think it's possibly one of the... Oh, this is bad driving, Stephen. This is bad driving. Movie Scouts 007, you bad man. It's possibly the scariest thing I did. After I passed my test, about a couple of weeks after I passed my test, I took a journey from a place called Swindon, which I've already talked about, to Bristol. No, it's Bath. Sorry, Bath. It's one of the scariest things I've ever done. It frightened the living daylights out of me. Everything happened so quickly. It needs to be done in a vehicle with dual controls, like a driving instructor's vehicle, and it needs to be done under supervision. And you need to pass a test to prove that you can do that safely before they let you drive on a motorway. You should not be allowed on a motorway until you've passed a proficiency test. I've already said that everybody that's passed a driving test should be required to spend some time in the cab with a lorry driver before they go on the road, so they fully grasp the problems that a lorry driver has to face. I think the same should be said for cyclists. Cyclists should be required to pass a test before they're allowed to ride a bicycle. And part of that test should be, particularly given in the UK the number of cyclists that die because they do stupid things around lorries, forgetting that lorries cannot see them when they tuck up inside them. I think the same should be said for motorbikers. I think if you pass a test, you should be made to spend an hour in a town or city on the back of a motorcycle, so you're aware how vulnerable a motorbiker is. It's no wonder that motorcyclists have their headlights on all the time. If I was riding a motorbike, I would too. I'm very reluctant to ride a motorbike because it just seems like a really dangerous and stupid thing to do. Why would you ride on a two-wheel vehicle that has almost no protection to it, open to the elements, and at the mercy of people that either can't see you or won't see you? When you get very little financial benefit from doing it. The bikes are almost as expensive as a car. The safety gear is horrendously expensive. If you have an accident, if you scratch the helmet, you're supposed to change the thing. You're supposed to wear leathers. You're supposed to be clad in all sorts of high-vis gear. It's not very conducive to a short journey. It's not very safe. Car drivers seem to view you as a moving obstacle that gets in their way. I have a lot of sympathy for motorbikers. I have so much more sympathy for motorbikers than I do for cyclists, because in general, motorbikers don't seem to have the same moronic, holier-than-thou attitude to road use that cyclists do. There was a hilarious video on YouTube, which I discovered through Facebook, which I might put a link to in this video, of a cyclist being punched by a road user. It's on a road that I used to walk up every single day when I commuted from Reading to London. It's by Farringdon Tube Station, and it's on Farringdon Road, and I used to walk up Farringdon Road every single day. I used to have to cross 4 separate roads with a variety of pedestrian crossings or traffic lights. I never had a problem with cars, with lorries, with buses, or with motorbikes. But every single day I would be nearly run over by a cyclist, and every week I would be run over by a cyclist at least once in that week. They run red lights, they cycle the wrong way up one-way streets, they cycle on pavements which they're absolutely not allowed to do. It's one thing that cyclists are forbidden from doing. It's an offence which carries a fine. I'm going to sneak in front of that transporter because I don't want to be stuck behind him. And you do anything that they find irritating, and their language, the abuse, is phenomenal. They want every single road user, lorries, cars, buses, and pedestrians to obey every single road law. They do not want to obey a single one of them themselves. The occasional time when you see a cyclist coming to a halt at a red light, that poor cyclist gets such a torrent of abuse for having stopped and got in the way of another cyclist. It's no wonder that most cyclists won't stop. Even the cyclists that want to stop can often face a torrent of abuse for doing so. Right, sorry, I'm putting the high beams on. I know it's not appropriate and right, but I do want you guys to see what's going on. And I was having trouble seeing. I was noticing it was getting dark. Not trouble seeing, but noticing it was getting dark, and I don't want these videos to be too dark. So yes, I am very, very familiar with that road. In fact, the very start of the video is at a traffic light where everyone's stopped. And there's a big hoarding, a big pale blue hoarding. That's actually a closed road. That hoarding is probably from about a year and a half ago. Farringdon Tube Station is being completely reworked. The tube station is being exclusively turned over to tube trains. It used to share it with a local overground line. That's all been shifted the other side of Farringdon Lane, which is where you access the tube station. It's a mostly pedestrian road that's got access for delivery vehicles. And across the lane from it, at the very extreme right of the frame, they knocked a whole bunch of buildings down so they could build a station for a thing called Crossrail, which is a very exciting railway line which is going from outside Greater London on the north-east to outside Greater London on the south-west, which is supposed to relieve peak hour tube and bus traffic heading through the centre of London. So all the people that are crossing London from the north east to the southwest will now travel via Crossrail. I think that's due to start running this year. I think it's supposed to be fully active in 2015 or 2016. As soon as that's up and running, they're going to operate the opposite route, the diagonal route. So north-east London to Greater London to south-west Greater London. And so you'll have both directions covered. So that'll be sort of Watfordish to Canterbury, and then in the direction of Cambridge to the sort of Buckingham, the Basingstoke direction, which will be tremendously useful for public transport users, because it will relieve a tremendous amount of traffic. Also, commuters coming into the centre of London will actually get off at Crossrail stations rather than tube stations, so it'll relieve traffic in that front as well, which will be fantastic. I will be commuting again. I will be a major commuter again. Oh crap! Turned out better than expected. I will be a major commuter when I get back in middle of May. I will be commuting from north-west London, so Greater London, so Hendon, I think it's on the Northern Line, and I'll be going into Angels Tube Station, which is in the heart of Islington, which is a London borough, and that is a heavily trafficked route. Now, I won't feel the benefit of that, probably because it won't be just like everything. It'll take a while for people to get off a route they know and onto a route they don't know. I'm the same. If I know a road, I tend to use it, even if I know that there's a road that's more useful, because it's it's better the devil you know. But gradually you discover these routes. So the hope is, in a year and a half, commuting will be easier in London. And then you never know, they might put an M4 corridor route in as well. So Crossrail 1 is northwest to southeast, and Crossrail 2 is northeast to southwest. So maybe Crossrail 3 will be M4 corridor to compete with the train. So it might actually help get people off. Maybe if it went to Slough or Reading, it would get people off that little. There'd be assistance for people. One of the brilliant things when I commuted to and from London from Reading, I was using two different tickets. I was using a rail ticket, and then I was using that rail ticket and tube thing. So I didn't have an Oyster. I had a ticket that had to go through the ticket barrier machines. But I understand they had a massive overhaul of the Reading railway station, and part of that was to install Oyster into the Reading system. So if we moved back to Reading, I would be able to use Oyster, which is a much more use. Am I going to be able to? It's going in the opposite direction anyway, so it doesn't matter. I would be able to use Oyster because you just tap it, and it's not like a whole new ticket thing. It's that you have to keep safe, and if you lose it, they have to print another one, and it's a hassle. You can get home. You can do it that evening. I lost the use of my ticket. It stopped working. I had to get up a whole whole hour earlier, and go to Reading railway station and wait in a massive queue and get my ticket reprinted. I wouldn't have to do that. I wouldn't have to wait that long. I'd still have to get up early. I'd still have to join a queue, but I wouldn't have to worry about not being able to get if I lost my ticket or my ticket stopped working, the card is still there. There was always some suspicion about it's a fake card, whereas they can bring up my details with Oyster, and there's me, my address, and I've got photo ID to prove that it's me. It's me. And also, there'd probably be a separate queue for Oyster as well, so that would relieve queuing on that front. So I might only need to get up half an hour early. Right, let's take this right. Okay. So I need to find somewhere to sleep, because about to run out of space on. Okay, just as I was talking about having to take a rest because we would need to, because I was about to run out of video. I'll run out of video space. So I've got to rest in 4 3/4 hours. Yeah, I'm not going to bother resting now. I'm so close. This is actually quite a short journey. I didn't realise this was quite as short a journey as it is. No matter. It doesn't matter how long or short the journey is. It's not the distance. It's how you get there. And it's also in this game the reward you get for it. So we've got 2 hours of driving time. So we've got a spare couple of hours to find somewhere to rest if Kassel isn't particularly populous. Okay. That was pretty good. Yeah. That was a pretty good. I took that corner quite well. Just the right speed, just the right angle, didn't clatter anything coming the other way. I would have probably had a closer look up the road if I had. This is where I was going to stop. This is where I was going to stop, right here. But I don't need to. Because the only reason I was stopping was to break the journey up. And I don't need to do that now. Yes, and you haven't missed a single thing. Don't you dare. I've got an audible alarm to tell me when it's stopping recording, and as soon as it went off I hit the escape key, which effectively pauses the game. So I was on the ramp behind the yellow tanker before, and I was on the ramp behind it afterwards, so thankfully you've not missed anything on this occasion. Yeah, this video you'll be viewing in March. I would have thought it'd be like the second video you get in March, but I'm recording it in January. That's bizarre. I'm still wrapping my head around that. But that's always assuming that I can actually get these videos on YouTube in the first place. I still am having problems getting YouTube to upload these. For a brief period I was having no problems. Then Google Chrome just stopped working with uploading, just refused to upload any videos. So ironically I'm using Internet Explorer to get videos onto a website that Google owns. Colour me stupefied. And briefly, Google Chrome was breezing through these things. Internet Explorer was breezing through these things. I think I got 3 onto YouTube in one day. So, which is very fortunate, because on my week's holiday I couldn't actually record any of these, and I wasn't in a position to be able to upload them because we were using someone else's Wi-Fi, which we were asked to be considerate of. Uploading a video on someone else's Wi-Fi, on someone else's service is it's a bit of a toolish thing to do. So, oh crikey, we're really close actually. I just noticed 44 minutes, that hour and 15 minutes just breezed by in a couple of minutes. See, I'm looking at, periodically I will look at the camera, because the camera has a timer to say how long it's recording, and also I want to double check, because I'm assuming that I'm moving the laptop every now and again. all of these problems that I will not have when I'm recording onto a capture device, because the capture device will have. I'm hoping to put a 3 or 4 terabyte drive into the capture device, and so I should never have to worry about that again. And then I'll move the files onto a kind of a server unit, which my PC will see. Actually, that's for when I've got hundreds of hours. I'll probably be alright. Wrong way of fence. I knew that one was coming though, because I've been overtaking all of this traffic. But it's 80 quid well spent, because it means I don't have to sit behind all of this boring traffic. And we've still got 44,000, well, nearly 45,000 actually. So obviously it's £80 that we won't be able to spend on a new lorry. And these things do all add up. I was looking at my my private profile while I was away, because I did some driving on my private profile, and it was remarkable. I was stunned at how much I've done. 80 journeys. Kassel. I'm in Kassel. I've done about 80 journeys, and in those 80 journeys I've accumulated something like £5,000 worth of speeding fines. It's a lot. It's a lot. Ooh, listen to my truck. That was interesting. It was starting to make some noises. Actually, no, sod that. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go round. I'm going to pick up, because I've got so much time, I'm going to pick up the discoverables. Oy, 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 oy. So yes, we were talking about knowing a place versus visiting a place. So yeah, driving standards appalling. TV focuses on world news more than local news, because there isn't enough local news to fill out an hour-long programme. There are very few national newspapers in comparison to other nations. The country itself is considerably more relaxed. Recruitment agency, I like it. We're just about to drive past the garage that I would buy if I was going to buy. And straight ahead would be where I fix my truck. So there's only one discoverable in Kassel, because let's just double check that. But I think it's a small enough place that there's only one discoverable, and we got it. Yes, we did. What was I talking about? Yes, there's a lot more of a relaxed attitude. It's quite isolated. It doesn't have the class system that we have in the United Kingdom. It has lords, it has sirs. They're usually people who haven't inherited it. Whoa, 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 whoa. And as such, they don't have that pompous, entitled attitude that British lords and ladies that... crap, this is not going well. No. Come around. I need to get... This is going very badly. And I keep forgetting. And also in my frustration, I accelerate a lot more than I should do. Which is one of the fastest ways. Where the hell am I going? Where the hell am I going? Okay, this is an absolute arse-up. What the hell? Okay, I'm confused. I'm very confused at the moment. Oh, god damn it. No, too much. Okay, I'm sorry that I'm not talking, it's just I'm a little frustrated, because this is going quite badly. Nothing is going right. There is a large outdoorsy kind of community. Stop it! I get frustrated and then I start speeding and that ruins everything. No. Okay, this is going. I'm not going to give up though. Okay, maybe. No. This is where I really want that steering wheel. I really want that steering wheel because I can swing the wheel from side to side. With the keyboard you kind of have... No, that was so close. With the keyboard you can't... No. Forwards. Oh, this is the other thing. Different foot. And you have to put it in gear. Alright, hopefully this is it. There we go. Oh, what a relief. That was such a mess. Such a mess. I wonder if I clattered the... We're about to find out whether I clattered the cargo at all during that parking. Yes, I did. I clattered the cargo. It was excellent until I parked. What an arse. What an absolute arse. Okay, that really did annoy the hell out of me, that parking exercise. I'm sorry. Sorry to end on such a downer. We got good work, which is not what it should have been. It should have been excellent, but we clattered the... I thought we'd clattered the cab, but we must have clattered the load when we hit the gate. So good work. We travelled a measly 842k. We took 20 hours and 25 minutes. We used 354.1 litres of fuel. We earned as a base reward £15,236, 842 XP. We had a proficiency bonus for level 17 of £3,885. We got a long distance delivery bonus for skill rank 2 of £1,398 and 210 XP. We got a parking bonus of 45 XP, but we suffered a damage penalty of 1%, which cost us £162 and it cost us 16 XP. That's actually not bad. To be honest, I was expecting it to be a lot more. I'm more frustrated that we didn't get excellent, to be honest. Not really cost us a great deal, so it's not a great deal to worry about. So we earned a total of £20,358 and 1,081 XP. We are Still a level 17 professional. It was a relatively short distance, so we didn't get a tremendous amount of XP. Your big chunk of XP is from the distance you do, so the longer the distance, the bigger XP. But obviously the longer the distance, the longer it takes you. I want to try and keep these videos about an hour. That's going to prove more and more difficult the further we get into long distance journeys. It might be that there are journeys that take 2 hours, and it might be that I have to break videos up into 2. I don't want to, but I might have to, given the difficulties I'm having of uploading my current videos. So, level 17 professional. We have a profile lifetime experience of 33,346 XP. Our next upgrade is still 34,800. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. And I will see you in the next video. But until then, I'll see you on the road.